You might be wondering how to memorize the Election Commission's powers, composition, and independence for your UPSC mains and interview. By the end of this video, you will be completely clear about the Election Commission of India and how to answer exam questions on it. Think of the ECI as the referee of India's elections under Article 324, but with a story that affects both law and politics. This explanation is aimed at a beginner level, breaking the topic into simple parts so you can recall key points under pressure. And towards the end, we will understand a key idea that most UPSC aspirants miss. First, the basics. The Election Commission of India is a permanent constitutional body created by Article 324 to ensure free, fair, and impartial elections. It supervises elections to Parliament, state legislatures, and the offices of the President and Vice President, while state election bodies handle local polls. Now, composition. The ECI normally has a Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners appointed by the President. When more than one member serves, the Chief Election Commissioner acts as chairperson and decisions follow the majority view. Historically, the commission was single member from 1950 until 1989, briefly reverted in 1990, and has operated as a three-member body since 1993. A simple way to visualize this is to imagine the commission as a small committee, where the chair leads but votes like everyone else. Conditions of service matter for independence. Commissioners hold office for 6 years or until they turn 65, whichever comes first. The CEC enjoys security of tenure similar to a Supreme Court judge, and removal follows a rigorous procedure to protect institutional autonomy. But note a practical nuance. Historically, other election commissioners lacked equal removal safeguards, and courts have emphasized parity to preserve independence. That legal nuance is important for UPSC answers because it shows tension between constitutional design and institutional practice. On functions, split them into three buckets: administrative, advisory, and quasi-judicial roles to make recall easy. Administrative duties include preparing electoral rolls, fixing election schedules, deploying staff, and supervising poll machinery across the country. Advisory duties include advising the president or governors on questions like disqualification of legislators under the Constitution. Quasi-judicial roles cover recognition of political parties, allocation of symbols, and adjudicating electoral disputes and malpractice complaints. Drill down into specific tasks you must remember for exams: Model Code of Conduct, Party Registration, Publicity Roster, Delimitation Assistance, and Power to Countermand Polls. Also link technology to function. EVMs and VVPATs are tools the ECI uses to improve transparency, but they also create trust issues that the Commission must manage. Recent judicial developments matter for answers. The 2023 Supreme Court recommended a consultative committee for appointments to enhance transparency until Parliament frames a statutory mechanism. This shows how the judiciary, executive, and legislature interact around the Commission, a useful analytical angle for your mains essays or interview. Be ready to discuss challenges: money and criminalization of politics, perception of executive influence, appointment transparency, and technology trust deficits. For each challenge, link a reform idea: VVPAT audits and demos for trust, statutory backing for appointments, and stricter rules on party funding to curb money power. A neat exam strategy is to pair each problem with a realistic reform and show institutional feasibility that scores well in mains answers. Remember the ECI's vision and mission: to broaden participation, ensure impartiality, and use technology responsibly to strengthen electoral democracy. Quick recap. Article 324 creates the ECI. Composition is CEC plus commissioners. Tenure is 6 years or 65 years, and functions are administrative, advisory, and quasi-judicial. Key point many aspirants miss: parity of removal and service conditions is central to real independence and is a strong analytical point for answers. Why this matters in exams? Questions often ask you to evaluate institutional independence, recent court directions, and suggest reforms to strengthen democracy. You are closer to answering those questions confidently once you link constitutional provisions, historical shifts, and current challenges. If you want a clear answer bank and practice questions on the Election Commission for UPSC, continue learning with EduRev for structured notes and mock answers. Keep practicing short, structured answers and use the reform problem pairing technique for mains and interviews. Good luck, stay curious, and revisit the script before your exam to keep the key points fresh in your mind.